And good morning, listeners, on a cloudy, mostly cloudy Monday morning here at Oldie 640 KTIB. The present temperature is 66 degrees. The humidity is a whopping 96%. The dew point is 65 degrees. The barometric pressure is 29.88 inches of mercury and on the rise. Visibility 7 miles. Winds out of the east-southeast at 14 miles an hour. No wind gusts at the present, but there will be some this afternoon. Flag on the flagpole says the wind is blowing out of the east-southeast. It's a moving this morning. Sunrise was at 6:26 a.m. Sunset will be at 6:03 p.m. This afternoon, forecast for today calls for gusty winds with strong thunderstorms developing this afternoon. Storms may produce large hail and strong winds. Highs around 80 degrees. Winds will switch around to the south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles an hour. Chance of rain will be about 80%. I was watching the Weather Channel when I was getting ready this morning. That frontal line, that line of thunderstorms is passing through Dallas right now.
Yeah.
It's traveling at 30, 35 miles an hour. It's going to be here this afternoon. I'm telling you, get ready for it. There's going to be some winds. You might want to pick up all the loose stuff in your yard, garbage cans and stuff, because it's going to get blown around. The good thing about it, it's going to be quick. It's moving through. It shouldn't be long lasting, but let me tell you, it's going to be a blowing, so you want to get ready for it. All my guys commuting, you're going to be fine. Guys and gals, you're going to be fine going to work this morning. You're going to catch a little hell this afternoon, so be careful. Hugh and Philip, Randy, Nancy, Joe, Joseph, Stephen, Ryan, Perry, all you guys that are traveling, just be careful. You'll be fine, as I said, going to work this morning. But as you travel around today, in and around the North Shore in the city, I'm telling you, it's going to be a little tough. So everybody be careful. You might want to put your raincoats and your umbrellas in your trucks and in your cars and bring them to your office, because by the time you leave this afternoon, probably going to be a little damp. Birthdays and anniversaries, give us a call. Number into the dialogue room, 447-6409, 447-6409. Comments or questions. My guest this morning, Gibbens Robichaux is in the house. We missed Gib, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. Hold on, let me take this call.
See what Doug has to say about the Hornets he lost.
Good morning, you're live, KTI.
Good morning, Mr. Gene.
Good morning, Doug.
Yesterday we had a birthday, and it was Alyssa.
All right. Alyssa, happy birthday, one day late from Doug.
Okay. But when you said that, Gene, I remember to call you for that one.
I got you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gene. Have a good day.
You too.
You too, Doug.
Linda, tell Linda I'll call her this evening, please.
I'm going to do it.
Gene.
I will do it. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Happy birthday, Alyssa from Doug. Happy birthday. Oh, wait up. Let me get rid of, not get rid of. I shouldn't even said that. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, as always, I'm just trying to get rid of some of this paper. Look at my folder. I'm saying I want to get rid of something. I didn't mean to make it sound like my troops, you know. I never would say get rid of my troops. Anyway, we ask that you keep in your thoughts and in your prayers truly America's finest young men and women who are in harm's way, particularly those in Persian Gulf area, be it Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, South Korea, wherever America's finest are. We ask that you keep them close to you, keep them in your hearts, and definitely keep them in your prayers. Some of the ones locally we want to pray for. Brady Delott, who is back from Iraq. He's in the United States Marine Corps, and he is in the Carolinas. Tim Lipscomb, Eno Guyot, Mark Barrett, Jared Dewey, Jimmy Knockin. I talked to his dad last weekend. He should be back, I think, in April. And then Michael Lebo, United States Marine Corps, is in Fallujah. My Army guys, Aaron Bye is back. He's in Oklahoma. Jared Jerwa, Brandon White, Benjamin Hunter, Gabe Williamson, Joseph Fontenot, Lieutenant Colonel John Dupaire. He's in South Korea. All of those guys and gals, we ask that you keep them close to you and keep them in your thoughts and in your prayers. Spoke to Sean B. out over the weekend. He's going back, I think, next week. I will squeeze him in somewhere. We are booked up this week, but I will get him in somewhere, and we'll get a different perspective. Sean was in Iraq, of course, and I think, but he can tell me if I'm wrong, I think he is now playing for the United States, he's in the United States Marine Band, so I'm not sure about that. Anyway, we'll get to talk about that. Today is, of course, March the 3rd. Happy birthday to my brother Francis today. Francis, yeah, he's, let's see.
35 at last.
Yeah, right. He's either, I think he's 50, I'm not positive, but I think he's 56. He's either 55 or 56.
Birthday.
Yeah, they got them both together. Yeah, real close, So happy birthday, Francis. He's at work right now, but if Helen's listening, Helen, make sure I wish him a happy birthday over the air this morning. I think he's 56 years old. This is the 3rd day of March, the 63rd day of the year, Gib. Can't believe it is flying by.
How many left?
I don't know. All I got
It does?
subtract. It's 362. No, 363.
That's right.
Because we had a leap year today. I mean, a leap year this year. Fact of the day is grapefruit. Grapefruits are not considered an old fruit. They're probably a hybrid between the pomelo, which is a Chinese grapefruit, and the orange that occurred accidentally in the Barbados in the mid-1700s. Although grapefruits taste nothing like grapes, they grow in clusters and look like large yellow grapes on the branch.
That's why they call them that.
They were smaller than today's grapefruits, about the size of an orange when the fruit was given its name. A single grapefruit tree can produce 1,300 to 1,500 pounds of fruit in a productive year.
Tree.
The grapefruit first came to America in the 1820s and did not become a commercial success until the 1880s. Florida is the largest grapefruit producer in the world. How about that? State of Florida, yeah.
You like grapefruit, Gene?
Yeah, I love it. I love grapefruit. Event 1791, Congress established the U.S. Mint. 1791, the District of Columbia was organized, establishing a nonpartisan home for the federal government. A nonpartisan home for the federal government.
They don't have any of those anymore.
1820, Congress passed the Missouri Compromise, a bill that temporarily resolved the slavery issue in the United States and succeeded in keeping the Union together for more than 30 years. 1845, Florida became the 27th state. 1849, U.S. Department of Interior, initially called Home Department, was created and established. 1849, Congress created the Minnesota Territory. You know, this is a relatively young country.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, when you look at all these, I mean, we're only talking 150, 160 years here.
That's right, that's all.
You know, and we're talking about territories. 1863, U.S. Congress passed a conscription act that produced the first wartime draft of U.S. citizens in military history. Hold on.
How about that?
How about that? Good morning, you're live, KTIB.
Good morning, fellas. It's Helen.
Well, good morning.
Leap years have 366 days.
That's right. So if you subtract 63, we got 303 left. Tried to tell Gibbons that. I knew my math was right.
Helen, you're only 16 years old. That's great.
I'm actually 14, Mr. Gibbons.
14. Excuse me, 14. That's right. 14.
Still a teenager, man.
Now she's giving it away.
I'm a teenager, that's right.
You had a good birthday?
Oh, had a wonderful birthday.
Great, great.
Quite.
Glad to hear it.
Remember.
What are you doing up so early, Helen?
Oh, well, my
You
husband
practicing?
at work for 7, so.
This girl can play the organ, you know that?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
can she play it?
Tell Francis happy birthday for me.
Yeah,
I
me
will
too.
do that.
Thank
Have a good day.
You too, babe.
You too, friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's a doll.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she still plays the organ for some events, doesn't she?
She was one of my first students.
Really?
She's fabulous, and she plays the grand now too.
I'll be doggone.
Both of us.
Let's see. 1885, U.S. Post Office began offering special delivery for first-class mail. 1931, the Star Spangled Banner officially became the national anthem of the United States. How about that? 1951, Mr. Wizard, explaining the mysteries of science to children, premiered on TV. Remember Mr. Wizard?
Oh, I remember.
Boy, I used to sit down and watch Mr. Wizard all the time.
What year was that?
1951.
God.
I was 5 years old.
5 years old.
1969, Apollo 9 was launched to test the lunar landing module. 1999. We don't need to go there. 2002, voters in Switzerland approved joining the United Nations after almost 200 years of formal neutrality. On this day in history, birth dates. George Pullman, American industrialist, inventor of the railroad sleeping car. 1847, Alexander Graham Bell, American teacher of the deaf, inventor of the telephone, founded the Bell Telephone Company. 1847.
Golly.
Deaths 1959, Lou Costello, an American comedian, and in 1987, Danny Kaye, born David Daniel Kaminsky, comic actor and entertainer. He died on this day. So, yeah, lots of, it's interesting that so much happens on one particular day of the year, be it 1700 or be it 2007,
That's
2008. You know, it's amazing. Cherry Books, Wednesday, March the 5th. Come by for refreshments. Nichols Day, 25% discount all day with your Nichols ID. Yaki Bernard says Cam's 6th annual golf and social event. Friday, May the 9th, Sugarland Country Club in Raceland. 18-hole four-man scramble. Gift certificates to first, second, and third place in each of 5 flights. Tee time, 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. Food and refreshments will be available. Entry form will be mailed to team captains around March the 24th. Entry forms are to be returned no later than April 22nd. The entry fee is $600 per team. Information, call Yaki at 446-5986. That's 446-5986. Eric Andosek Memorial Bass Tournament this coming March the 29th at Bob's Bayou Black Marina in Gibson. $3,000 first prize. We'll talk about that as it gets closer. Saturday, March 29th, my buddy, come and celebrate World Water Day. Pelche Park, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Crafters, music, children's activities, pony rides, silent auction, food, raffle, trawl, crawl, petting zoo, and much more. That's the World Water Day. We'll talk more about that. That's my buddy, Laddie Duplantis. We got some registration dates coming up for swimming lessons in the summer. Starts March the 26th. Strong Women Program. Ongoing, we have volleyball registration starts today at Pelche Park. All adults welcome. It's $150 a team. The season will run from April 24th to the 29th. Registration starts today and will run through April 11th. Men's adult basketball registration starts today at Pelche Park, $150 a team. Youth volleyball starts today. Registration, boys and girls ages 11 to 17. The season will be April 24th to May 29th. Youth baseball from T-ball, boys and girls ages 4 to 5 all the way up to 18 years old. Registration will begin March the 24th. Crime Symposium, the next one is tomorrow, March the 4th in the North Zone. That'll be tomorrow, March the 4th, North Zone, 6 o'clock, upstairs in the city courtroom in the police station. So make sure you don't miss that. That's coming up tomorrow, and I think there's one more to go after that. As we talked about all the registrations coming up, the crime symposiums. Thibodaux Main Street looking for interested artists and authors. Arts Alive is looking for interested artists and authors to participate in this event Thursday, April the 10th in downtown Thibodaux from 5 until 7. For more information, contact Dana Clement or Joyce at 448-5852. or 448-1474. That's 448-1474. City Council meeting tomorrow, March the 4th at 5 o'clock, upstairs in City Hall in the City Council chambers. Are you looking for a job? Radio dispatchers, police guard, police officers, crossing guards, electricians, and equipment operators. If you're looking, give the city a call. They'll be happy to put you in touch with someone who can give you an application. Biddy World Basketball Tournament for 8 years old will take place at the Warren J. Harang Municipal Auditorium. Teams from across the country will come to Thibodaux to compete for the World Championship. That thing begins March the 7th. So World Basketball Show coming up. And again, we have that, I think, almost every year here. Red on Fridays, join the city of Thibodaux in wearing red on Fridays until all of our troops come home. There was a thing on email, wear blue on Fridays, but the city says wear red. So we're wearing red on Fridays. Let's see, we got craft shows coming up. Bayou Community Band spring season rehearsal dates, March the 13th, 27th, April 10th and 24th, and May the 8th. All rehearsals held on Thursday evenings, 7 to 9 at Nicholls State University. For more information, you can call Hoffman Music and contact Ted Hoffman. On Tuesday, that's tomorrow, March the 4th at 7 o'clock at the Recreation Center in Pelche Park. Leaders of community organizations will meet. Leaders are invited to attend and participate. Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Kathy Benoit will address the group with details about the Thibodaux retirement community. And Joe Fatita, the parish councilman, will report on the new library project. For more information or RSVP, please call 446-5802 or contact Kathleen Grove. That's 446-5802. Bayou Industrial Group Banquet, Tuesday, March 11th, Nicholls State University Cotillion Ballroom, $40 a person. Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Stephen Hopper. The keynote speaker will be Dr. Nick Mueller, CEO of the National World War II Museum here in New Orleans. World Water Day, we talked about that. St. Joseph Lenten Gumbo on Fridays. Chicken and sausage gumbo, St. John's Episcopal Church, 11 to 1 today at 718 Jackson Street. Fish fry dinners at St. Thomas Aquinas, 5 to 8 p.m. on Friday night. So, and we talked about Eric Androsek tournament. Boat tours of Bayou Lafourche kicking off soon. We'll talk about that. That's just, man, I tell you what, there is a lot going on. The second annual Brain Injury Awareness, Thursday, March the 6th.
That was so interesting last week.
They were great. We had listeners. Let me tell you, if you missed the show, we had Jason Leday and Anne-Marie Clancy and Dr. Who was the doctor we had on? Dr. Cowan, Todd Cowan was on Friday, and we talked about brain injury and, of course, the Rehabilitation Center in Thibodaux. They're having their second annual Brain Injury Awareness Fair this coming Thursday, March the 6th, 12 to 1:30 p.m., Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, rooms A and B in the Medical Mall. That's the Brain Injury Association of America. This coming March the 6th. Go out there and take a look and see what wonderful work these guys and gals are doing at Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. Woo! Gib.
If you have a brain,
Well,
like Gene Richard and
I got two.
Yeah.
I got one the size of a sweet pea, and then I got the little one the size of a BB.
Anybody gets up at 4:30 in the morning can't have much of a brain.
I couldn't go to sleep. I was up. In fact, I was up at 2. I was up at 3. I was up at 4:30. Oh,
we drank
man, I'm
coffee
telling
earlier too.
you. Lord, have mercy. Just couldn't seem to get to sleep, but that's all right.
It's somebody that's
When we die, we're going to get to sleep plenty. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Good morning. I got breaking news for you in Gibbons.
Give it to me.
I'm sleeping with the mayor tomorrow night.
Come on.
Yeah. Pat's been nominated for senior mayor today tomorrow.
All right. That's coming up when?
Tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations,
9 o'clock.
Ronnie.
And her friends are invited for the presentation.
Well, good.
I just thought all her friends would like to know about it.
Absolutely. What time is it? What time does that thing kick off?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Thank you for telling us, man.
Okay.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Mayor for a day, huh?
Yeah, I want to let in fact, the mayor's coming on tomorrow, I think. We're going to...
Probably the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is your council meeting.
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah. Well, the mayor will be on Wednesday. You're right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk more about that. That is one heck of a program.
Yeah, right.
That he says that's, out of all the programs in the city, he enjoys that. One of the most he has the most fun with.
Yeah, he had me there a couple of years
Boy,
ago.
I tell you, that's a heck of a deal.
Beautiful.
Anyway, lots of stuff going on in and around the
You
city.
haven't even mentioned what's going on this week. First of all,
We ain't started yet.
Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at Edie White, Tim's having the music night. Every musical organization at Edie White is performing. The choir, the flags, the drums, and the whole band, 7 o'clock, Edie White.
This coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Any admission?
Huh? No.
All right.
You just got to know Gibbens Robichaux, Tim Robichaux.
Really? Just mention your
You
name
know
when
him,
I
huh?
go. Yeah, I know him.
Oh, your initials GR, you can get him for nothing. Now, this weekend, Friday, is a fabulous Francis Dugas Rural Life Museum liquidation. You heard about that?
No.
Francis Dugas was in my tidbits last week. He toured the world collecting antique farm implements, and that's Don Harris's.
We talking former district attorney Francis Dugas?
Francis Dugas. And his museum is down there on Highway 1568 Highway 1. He came as a sign out there now. And Friday is you can review it from 9 until 5 p.m. You can go review it. But Saturday morning at 10 o'clock they have an auction, and they're going to try to get auction all that stuff.
I'll be darned.
He said it's incredible, the stuff that he accumulated over the years. It was in tidbits and blacksmith tools, farming equipment, household items, buggies, wagons, utensils, furniture, glassware, bottle collection.
Sounds like my house.
Yeah.
I'll throw nothing away,
As long
Gil.
as you don't like anybody out, you call.
I'll throw nothing.
And he had a deep appreciation for rural life and profound respect for the hard work, dedication, true grit for his legacy. His legacy was built on. So it's something to see there.
Oh, well, I'm
That
thinking
was
we'll go by. I got an interest in that because I grew up I was at the tail end of the era of the old mule-drawn
Yeah,
tools,
right.
the old mule-drawn implements,
Yeah.
and I learned how to work them and operate them, and still fascinated by some of that engineering back in the 20s and 30s and 40s.
It's
Amazing.
amazing. It really is,
Listen, the reason why we got Gib, I messed up. Gibbons always comes on. I thought the fourth Friday of every month.
Well,
Doggone it, when they got, it's the day after Tidbits comes out. After the fourth Thursday.
Well, last month.
Shoot, you learn something new every day.
The first was on a Friday. That really messed you up.
I mean, I was all messed up.
There are 5 Fridays in February. And it's a short month, but that's unusual.
Better believe it. But the first was on a Friday,
right.
and of course we had,
the 29th.
I was all screwed up.
28 is 29.
And Gibb shows up this past Friday when I had Thibodaux Regional on, and I'm like, what is he doing here?
He was my brain is what you did. No, that was so interesting. I should have stayed around.
They were good.
Really, because you had donuts.
Yeah, they brought donuts. Yeah.
No.
Oh, you guys that can eat all that sugar.
I might eat one a year. No brain injury there.
No. But yeah, they do a really good job. And March the 6th, listeners, and it's only an hour and a half from 12 to 1:30. Just go out and see what they do, because the more exposure we can get for this hospital, the better off we're all going to be.
Hospital.
When you're talking about now, and of course we had Greg, I think, coming on next week, but you talk about 100. I think he told me 120 doctors on staff.
160, I believe.
I don't know what it is. It's a lot, whatever it is. For a community this size, that's almost unheard of. And we've got a women's center, we've got an oncology center, we've got, you name it, we got it.
Cancer centers.
We got it.
Fabulous cancer center.
Yep, we got it. You need
and
help?
all paid for.
Yeah, that's the thing. And money in the bank. So just a fantastic setup there, and can't talk good enough. We talk about. And I want to get back to, we're going to talk about Lent in a little bit.
Yeah,
but when you talk about, and we talk about this all the time, when you talk about this area, I think we've got just the right mix of a bedroom community.
Absolutely.
We've got some industry in John Deere and Thibodaux Regional and Lafourche Parish School Board.
And Nichols.
And Nichols State University. And talk about industry, that's good, clean. They don't pollute.
No, I know, that's right.
I mean, that is good, clean industry. Could possibly use maybe one or two large businesses to come into this area. And I think if we had a better infrastructure for roads and railroads, we probably could attract that, and in the future we may have that.
That's right.
But for now, suffice to say, not a bad place to live.
No, not a bad place at all. Has a great history behind it.
Best kept secrets and sliced bread.
Mm-hmm. But talking about March, Gene, this is really unusual.
In like a lion, what is it? In like a lamb, out like a lion, or vice versa?
I love March. Easter this year is March the 23rd. Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox, which is March 20th.
So that's how you establish the beginning of Lent. You got to go to Easter first and then work back.
Work back, that's right.
Say that again?
Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox, which is March the 20th. This dating of Easter is based on a lunar calendar that Hebrew people used to identify the Passover. That's where it began, which is why it moves around on our Roman calendar. Based on the above, Easter can actually be one day earlier, March the 22nd, but that is pretty rare. This year is the earliest Easter any of us will ever see the rest of our lives.
You're kidding.
And only the most elderly of our population have ever seen it this early, 95 years ago. The next time Easter will be this early, March 23rd, will be the year 2228. 220 years from now, Gene Richard's going to still be here.
Yeah,
the last time it was this early was 1913. So if you're 1995 or older, you are the ones that are bound or be around for that.
Shoot, Miss Nora Shaw was here.
That's right. The next time will be a day earlier, March 23rd, will be the year 2285. The last time was March 22nd, was 1818.
Man, oh man. So, I tell you what, the ladies in their Easter spring dresses and bonnets going to be cold this year.
That's right.
It's early. It'll probably be still a little chilly in 2 weeks. It's in 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. March 23rd, 3 weeks away.
That's that's really something a long time.
Long time ago. And of course, when you talk about when you talk about Easter, you got to talk about the penance, and you got to talk about the 6 weeks of Lent prior to it. And I don't care if you're Catholic or Jewish or Christian. Right. It doesn't matter.
It's good for your character.
Everybody needs to go through a how do you say it? A healing period.
A healing, right?
Or a penance. Repentance period.
Bit,
that's right. Calm down.
Right. The world is so loud. Even us music lovers, the music is too loud. But 6 weeks of Lent, it's a good time to review everything.
Oh, absolutely.
To
reflect.
Calm down a little bit.
Reflect and renew and revive and lots of. I was flipping through the channels yesterday morning I couldn't sleep. I was up real early. Lots of the Protestant religions having revivals right now.
That's right.
You know, and just
preparation for the great day. Yeah.
yeah, right. So, you know, like I'm telling you, I don't care what religion you are, just take this time and just to reflect and repent and slow down a little bit and
That's
renew. Reflect, repent, and renew, I guess
It makes
would be
Easter
the...
even more dramatic and more beautiful.
Right. And more meaningful and the whole bit. So
that's right. You gave up candy and you gave up beer. And
oh yeah. No, you know what I did? Well, I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but I made an effort and am making an effort to do some things this year that I've never to do more.
That's right.
To do some things that I've never done before, and you know, it makes a difference. You know.
I went to play the piano the other day at the Manor for it was the most exciting. 15 of them, they're singing these old songs, you know, that Gene wouldn't remember. Take Me Out to the Ball Game, 5'2", Eyes Are Blue.
I know all them songs.
I know you do. I'm just kidding.
My dad was, as I told you off the air when we were starting, my dad always liked good music.
You know the one he loved the most probably? Daisy, Daisy. Remember that? Give me your answer.
No, I tell you what he liked. He liked Kate Smith. He liked Patti Page.
Oh, God.
He liked Peggy Lee. He liked Tommy Dorsey. And believe it or not, he liked some of the classicals. I remember, I wish I threw somebody threw all those records away. He had records of Mozart and
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, he was a man that didn't even have a high school education, but loved good, you know, just loved good music. And as a result, I grew up with it and just kind of picked it up, you know.
Mozart wrote his first symphony when he was 5 years old. 5 years old, and he played with the symphony when he was 10.
What do you call them? Child prodigies? Yeah.
Prodigy. That's instilled in the moment of conception. I can't imagine anybody like him with
a brain at 5 years old that could do that.
But Beethoven was that way too. But Beethoven lived to be 82 years old, and he conducted his last symphony totally deaf. He wrote it deaf, and he conducted it deaf. But it just shows you it's in the soul. Music's in the soul. You know?
Unbelievable.
The magic of
Absolutely
the soul.
Unbelievable. You know, and some of today's composers, the only one I've really been in touch with is Yanni.
Right.
And I like him not so much for his music so much, but all of the strange instruments that he uses to make the sounds.
That's right.
I mean, unbelievable.
I love to think about the history of instruments.
Man, he goes to Africa and Europe and Asia, all over the world, and finds these ancient instruments.
I know.
And incorporates them in his orchestra. You know, just amazing.
About what was the first instrument? Probably some kind of flute from a reed, you know?
I don't know.
The drums, of course. The drums go way back.
Maybe it was a tonette.
A tonette? Like Gene Richard could play a tonette, huh?
I told you, man, I can't carry a tune number 3 tones.
Well, your father-in-law was a great musician. Like I told you before, Waldo loved music.
Oh, yeah.
Only in E-flat. He always just sang in E-flat.
Well, at least he had it one key. I don't remember key. I was singing him in church and singing 3 octaves because I can't. My range is so short.
That's
you know?
why nobody sits around you and church.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I don't stop you from singing though when you sing.
And my wife elbows. I sing so loud, you know.
Oh, gee, come on. We're trying to get you in the choir.
Oh, yeah, right.
Boy, that St. Joseph's choir was fabulous Sunday. Y'all got to hear that. People got to go to his time.
Yeah. Well, all of them.
It's fabulous.
I tell you, I think I mentioned it a little bit Wednesday. Tuesday, we went to see Michael Bublé at the arena. Oh, yeah, he's great. Second time we saw him. He's fantastic. You talk about playing the old songs, you know, the old romantic love.
Sinatra might have heard him, but he's another Sinatra.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Sings those old songs.
Yeah, and the older he gets, the better his voice gets.
I have his original DVD. I play it all the time.
Oh, yeah, he's
got
awesome.
You under my skin.
He's awesome. I mean, I
didn't know you had gone to.
Oh, yeah, we went. And it's good to see. You know, Katie came with us, and my wife, and 3 or 4, a couple of the kids, I think, came. But it's good to. There were 12. The first time he came was at the Orpheum, the month before Katrina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the month before Katrina.
I didn't know he was gone back that far.
1,100 people. When he came this Tuesday, the arena. 9,000. Oh. He played before 9,000 people this past Tuesday, and it really, you could tell it impressed him, and it really touched him.
What kind of orchestra did he have?
A big one. He had 17 people.
Oh,
17 people in the orchestra. He had trombones and trumpets and, of course, drums and guitar and, what you call it? The
bass fiddle,
the bass fiddle, that big thing you stand
that
up
guy
and
can
play.
play it, huh?
Yeah.
And the guitar guy, too. They're so young, but just amazing musicians.
But he's a fantastic musician. He's got a fantastic show.
He does.
You know, and it's good, clean, wholesome. When's the last time you saw an entertainer come out on stage with a suit?
That's right. That's right.
You know, so he does the part. Just a fantastic.
Great ambience with his.
Absolutely. Just a really.
When you come back from your break, want to talk about where the soldiers are around the world.
All right, let's do that.
I can't believe that.
Lordy, we over time. Listeners, we got to take a short break. Pour yourself another cup of coffee. It's old Monday morning. If you ain't got to get up, man, curl up with another cup of coffee and continue to listen to us. Hey, if you got to get up and go to work, let's get at it and get it going. Pour yourself another cup of coffee. We'll be right back here at Oldie 640 KTIB.
The Petite Theater, Homer's premier community theater, has announced audition dates for their upcoming play, Perfect Wedding, the British comedy that will close the 2007-2008 season. Auditions will be held at La Petite at 7829 Main Street, at Boulanger Street in downtown Homer, on Monday, March 3rd and Tuesday, March 4th, from 6 to 8 p.m. or until all auditioners are heard. Needed for the cast are 2 men and 3 women in their 20s, 2 of whom must be prepared to appear in their underwear for a brief period. This will not be required at auditions. The cast also requires 1 woman in her 40s. Preparation for audition pieces is not necessary. Actors will read from the play script. Auditions will be conducted by the play's producers, Karen Schilling and Jeannie Scott, and director Glenn Gomez. All have directed numerous plays at La Petite and at other venues. For more information, auditioners should call 985-381-9370. Tired of not being able to find a full-service gas station? Look no further than Phoenix, 1300 Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux. Mike and the gang offer a full line of services: brake tags, oil changes, tire repair, new and used tires, mag wheels and rims. They'll keep you going, and if you're planning on moving, make sure to stop by Phoenix. Phoenix offers budget truck rentals, trucks of all sizes, and moving supplies, boxes, tape, and bubble wrap. For service that can't be beat, it's Mike's Phoenix, 1300 Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux.
And now for the bonus round. Friday multiplied by Saturday equals...
Tuesday at 2:30.
Correct. Sean's hair is 4.5 inches longer than Chad's. How tall is Chad?
5'8".
Correct. What's the new way to get movies from Netflix?
Come on, instantly on your PC.
Correct! Netflix. Now there's 2 ways to get movies. DVDs in the mail fast and instantly on your PC in as little as 30 seconds. Plans from only $4.99 a month. Netflix, it's that easy.
Restrictions apply. See terms of use for start time and details.
KTIB-AM 640, News Talk Oldies, home of Rush Limbaugh.
You don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving.
AM 640, KTIB. KTIB AM 640, News Talk Oldies, and the home of Michael Savage.
And welcome back, listeners. If you just joined us, 447-6409. You want to chat with me, or Gib, or Linda, anybody? You want to come by and get a cup of coffee? The door is always open here at Oldie 640 KTIB, 447-6409. You had a puppy love, Gib? A puppy love?
Oh, man. Well,
huh?
I had a puppy love.
Did you?
Joanne was 13. Boy, that's puppy, huh?
Cool. I guess you've been knowing her that long?
That's right.
Oh, I had so many puppy loves when I was a kid, I can't remember them all. Paul Acre, Puppy Love, that go way back. Anyway.
Great songs, huh?
Monday morning, we're just kind of kicking back, laying back this morning. Everybody got to get geared up and get ready to go to work. We're going to have a rough day today with the weather, but hey, it ain't a whole lot we can do about it. No. Those of you that are traveling, you're going to have a pretty good commute to work.
Yeah, it's all
right.
right.
It's going to be a little rough coming back this afternoon, so take precautions. Bring your umbrellas, your raincoats, put them in your cars and trucks. You probably need them when you need to come back home this afternoon. But, I mean, other than that, we ought to have a pretty good day. And you know what? This weekend was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, man, that's the prettiest day.
Be any better than that, good Lord, keep them for themselves, I guarantee you. It was 2 gorgeous days. Everybody got to work in the yard a little bit and even I worked in it yesterday and cleaned up, and just a gorgeous weekend. So they can't be beautiful all the time. Got to take the bad with the good. Gibbens and I, of course, Gibbens He always finds stuff about the city. Where do you dig all this stuff up?
Well, when you write a column, for 10 years you got to find some new stuff sometimes. But Williams and Little John Martin had the most fabulous collection of Thibodaux. Here's what I love. They had 4 inches of snow in January the 1st, 1867. 4 inches of snow. And
1867, 150 years ago.
And Gene's going to read the first four people.
This is amazing. This is amazing. And if I got some of my relatives out there, you need to call me. We need to trace this down. In 1846, the newspaper at the Thibodaux Minerva was the name of the paper, reported that the first 4 settlers of Thibodauxville, here's their names, were Cogie, C-O-G-E-E, who was a blacksmith, Darce, a billiard table and coffee house keeper, Roger, a tavern keeper, and Duran, a merchant. Now, my mother was a Roger, and my grandpa owned a pressing shop here. I wonder if that's same family. Huh? Gotta be.
They're in the business.
Gotta be, huh? First 4 settlers.
What they drank. I wonder who the first 2 people that went in that bar, huh?
Cool, man. Tavern back then. That's right, tavern. What did they have? Well, they had whiskey.
Well, sure.
You know, I mean, they didn't have any ice boxes or anything, but I mean, they had whiskey.
Sure.
And they had keg beer, I guess at room temperature or whatever you call it.
Sure, you didn't have
sarsaparilla. No, there was no ice back then.
No,
But, yeah, first 4 settlers, and one of them had to be a Roger. That's got to be one of my relatives. I guarantee.
Somebody's going to...
Man, on my heart.
Find that out for you.
Yeah, you're right.
The population in 1880 was 1,511.
In 1880?
Uh-huh. In 1898, Joanne's mother told us of walking across the bayou. The bayou froze solid. You could walk across the bayou.
When was that?
1898.
That had to be cold. Really? That had to be, for what, 3, 4, 5 inches of ice?
Remember, Jeannie, if you remember, we used to have, we go into teens, and we haven't seen that in years. I can remember 18 one time, and Daddy was born in...
Yeah, I remember breaking ice in the cow trough a lot, you know, when I was a kid to let the cattle eat. Yeah, but I mean, that was years and years ago.
We haven't been below freezing maybe 1 or 2 times in the last 2 or 3 years.
Hallelujah. I'm telling you. Man, see this shirt sleeve weather? I freaking love it.
What you did this weekend?
Oh, I worked in my shorts, T-shirts, and flip-flops all weekend, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do not like cold weather. And, you know, I guess, I don't know, when I was a kid, we hauled cane in the cold weather and in the mud. Used to go duck hunting in the cold.
Yeah, right, sure.
Never bothered me. No. Now I do not like cold weather. In fact, you know, I was in Orlando about a month ago, and it was in the 80s then. I could have stayed. Believe me, I could have stayed. Hold on. Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
I'm sorry, I got to add my 2 cents today.
Do it.
It's been 9 degrees twice. The one time it distinctly was the 1962 or 63.
Yeah, that's the time we broke ice in the cow trough. I remember that.
Yeah.
When was the other time?
In February.
When was the other time? You said 2 times.
Yeah, well, my age, my memory.
9 degrees, what?
You got CRM, Ronnie?
Well, I tell you what happened. I had a 55 Ford. I was living in Government Circle.
Uh-huh.
I had trouble starting. When I did start it, Pat hollered at me. All the oil came out through the oil filter.
Oh, Lord.
And then find somebody to repair it at that time.
Oh, you right, huh?
Oh, Ronnie, you're giving away your age now.
Well, hell, man, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, Ronnie, you what, 74, 75?
I wish.
Married to that beautiful young woman.
79, go ahead.
That's not old, honey.
My wife is younger.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what keeps me young. All right.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for a Roger to call now.
Sure, that's a good example. You know, you like, try to look at Ronnie, 79 years old, still going strong.
Oh, he's
you know?
amazing.
I mean, you know, age is nothing but a number.
According to Johnny Perkle, I'm 120.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah. Nothing to it. I guarantee it. But, yeah, I wonder, of course, I don't know. You think there's something to this global warming?
No, I was going to tell you that yesterday I read that the Arctic Circle up there is building back up. It had more ice in it than it had 2 years ago.
You're kidding.
Right. It's a cycle thing, you know.
I think so. I think it's just the way
trying to blame Americans and blame the motor and all that kind of stuff on it, but it's a cycle. This winter has been atrocious to California because
no question about it.
Yeah, or whatever they call it, coming across. It's not over yet.
And I think there's a lot to be said, believe me, for protecting the environment and conserving the environment. And there's everything going green and greenhouse gas. I think there's a lot to be said for all of that. But don't tie it into a fear about global warming.
Right.
Don't put those two together.
Well, scare everybody and blame the Americans. Blame the rich people.
Absolutely. Don't do that. Let's just say we need to conserve the environment. And that's a good thing, and that should happen because I want a good environment for my kids and grandkids and my great-grandkids to live. So yeah, we want to preserve the environment. Yeah, we want to do what we got to do.
Hybrid cars are good. I think over the years, California, it's just smog and fog all the time. But I think when we cut down on some of this stuff that's coming out of cars,
I think man, I'll say it again. We can send men to the moon, and we can put these satellites to Pluto.
I know.
We can't find another energy source other than an internal combustion engine feasible. There's got to be, and I think that's the answer. I think an alternative energy source is the answer. I don't think it's ethanol. It could be hydrogen. It could be, I don't know. It may still be out there, but
hydrogen and wind. People don't realize how many wind turbines they have around the country.
There's got to be some other source of energy. There's got to be.
Well, I read the other day that the center of the Earth is 7,000 degrees hotter than the sun.
That's hot.
And if we can get down there and harness some of that heat, and the energy from down there. The sun is tremendous. The sun's going to be gone in 200 billion years. I know you're worried about that.
I'm really concerned about that. Yeah, I'm concerned about that.
You talk about creation. To think that the sun is as hot as it is, and it doesn't eat itself up.
That's right.
Every day.
They don't burn up.
I tell you, this morning I was going down Highway 1 that way, just waiting for you to get here, and the sun was coming up over those trees. My nickels over there. Oh,
beautiful sunrise.
Oh, unbelievable. And the sunsets are so
beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. There's just got to be. In fact, oil over $100 a barrel.
That's right.
Gas over $3 a gallon.
It's going to $4, I'm sure.
Diesel, I gassed up in New Orleans Friday, $3.60 a gallon.
I remember when it was 35 cents a gallon diesel. Oh God.
Man, oh man! There's got to be. We need to. First of all, we're going to start our gas watch again, listeners, and we're going to tell you where the cheapest price of fuel is. Number one. Number two, when you look, this situation with $3.50 and $4 a gallon fuel will cripple this economy. It will cripple this country.
Absolutely.
There's got to be a better mousetrap. There's got to be something else out there. There's got to be something we can do. I don't think we planned properly the last 50 years. I really don't.
We didn't.
I don't think we did a good job of that. Hold on.
Right.
Good morning. You're live, KTIB.
Gene, good morning, Dickie.
Good morning, Dickie.
Hey, Dickie.
Listen, you talking about we put people on the moon and this and that. I think we have enough technology that we can make a carburetor that gets 150 miles.
I agree.
As far as we're driving now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I've said that a long time ago.
It's proven already.
But if they do make it, it's going to cost $100 trillion.
Yeah, you're right, because the oil company's going to get it somewhere. You're right.
You're right. They're going to stop it. They're going to stop it.
Here we are crippling this our country that we grew up in and love and do everything for. And here you have people, Exxon net profit, after every nickel bolt spent, paid for, $40.6 billion profit.
It's crazy.
That's right.
But, I think some man somewhere can invent a carburetor, put it on a Suburban, and get 100 miles to the gallon.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I've said it before.
I think they've had that already.
So why can't Congress say, hey, look, Chief, you can, tell all these Saudi companies, you want to do that? We're going to start mass producing these carburetors, and then you can drink it.
Yep.
All right, pal.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
We do a lot of walking and bicycle riding, but there are people that have created engines that can get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Dickie's right. I said that a long time ago.
The big companies kill them. They buy them.
We put men on the moon. We can't get an internal combustion engine to make gas mileage. Why? Why?
You know why.
You doggone right I know why. The thing that gets me, if oil is $100 a barrel,
right,
it would appear that because oil prices are so high that the major oil companies would make less money because they're paying more to get this oil, number one, and paying more to have it produced.
Yeah, right.
Why are their profits so great? I don't understand the economics of all of this.
I don't
In fact, I'm going to call Paul Leslie and get one of these. And no, I don't need Paul. I'm going to get John Lajani and Bruce McManus from Nichols. We're going to get them on. They were on last month. We talked about the housing crash. We get them on this month. We're going to talk about how does the, how is oil pricing done?
Yeah, right.
You know, I don't understand. I mean, I'm not an economist by any means, but I do not understand that kind of math.
I can remember when they said that if oil was to remain at $13 a barrel, that Louisiana would profit very much from it. $13, that was 10 years ago. Now it's
absolutely $100+ a barrel. Can you believe it?
Imagine what that's doing to the airplane industry and the truckers. The truckers.
Airplane tickets are going sky high. Truckers are parking their trucks.
That's right.
Because here's another fallacy. Diesel, distillate, whatever you want to call it, comes off in the gasoline-making process long before gasoline is refined. Why is it more expensive than gasoline?
I know. Exactly.
Huh? What's the deal?
Greed.
Demand.
Demand, that's right.
Demand.
Now they tell you to fill up your tank when it gets to halfway to fill it up because you're going to lose some in evaporation. We're talking about but you don't, I tell you, it doesn't stop the people from driving. I never saw traffic like this.
You know what I feel for? And I commute, and thank goodness, company pays fuel. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I mean, they pay fuel because it's work. What about all the commuters that work, and not just in Louisiana, but all over the United States that commute?
That's right.
You realize how that's going to hit their pocketbooks? 2 people working, 2 people commuting?
That's right.
You realize what that's going to do to their spendable income?
Cut down on vacations.
Absolutely.
You got school buses. You got all that kind of problem.
We need to get a handle on this, and this needs to get under control. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous, and it's crazy.
It is.
Here we are, and again, we're refining and producing right here in Louisiana, and we're paying what the rest of this country is paying out.
I know.
What's the fairness in that?
And
I don't know.
Alaska has potential, and they have a lot of places offshore California.
Drill them. Put them rigs up. Drill them. They
haven't had a refinery in 25 years. We got to get down act together.
It's crazy, but I agree with Dickie. I think there's technology out there that we can get extraordinarily good fuel economy.
That's right.
I think we need to put it into play.
Right.
And if it
put it into play.
Exactly. I think we need to give this country a break.
Right.
We need to quit being held hostage by oil-producing countries.
They like Dubai and Kuwait and those places. When you see the palaces they build over there,
gold,
and they got people starving anyway. But
gold.
The big ones make all the money.
They're making billions.
The biggest problems in the world today are greed and apathy.
Yep.
People don't care anymore, and they're so greedy.
Yep.
They hold on to it.
Unbelievable. They're making billions and billions and billions of dollars.
The news media shows. Now, we can talk all day about the great work that people do, volunteers, and the people that give their lives to come. There's still people coming down in New Orleans from other states.
Well, sure.
To help
every day. Every day.
You don't see that.
Every day.
All you see is fight all the time.
Every day. Right before we go.
Yeah, let's
talk about that.
American Legion magazine had "Where in the World Are Our Soldiers?" We have 490,000 soldiers around the world in 42 different countries.
That's a lot. We're covering a lot of ground.
Absolutely. It's like Thailand, only 114 in Thailand, and of course 168,000 in Iraq. But Kuwait, remember when we really got Kuwait? It still got 16,000 guys
in Kuwait.
That's right. And Egypt, you got people in Egypt, Qatar, Bahrain. Look. Portugal, 865 troops in Portugal.
I wonder what they're doing there.
I don't know.
Maybe embassy, could it be embassy attachments or something?
Security.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about,
Right,
that sort of stuff. Egypt, I'm sure, is a listening outpost for the Middle East.
Honduras and Cuba. We're going to talk about Cuba one day. That's a big change down there, I don't know about Raul, but he doesn't seem to be as radical.
No, that's a story in itself. When you go back to, of course, the issue in the 60s, and Cuba has to be such a, I guess, so out of tune with times right now because it's been downtrodden for so long and oppressed for so long that, boy, when they decide to bloom, look out. That'll be the next frontier for business and commerce and economy and the whole bit. Because whenever you see, I'd like to go just to get some of the antique cars. They got them still running.
I know.
There's no new cars there. I mean, what you see, it's all 1940s and 1950 cars,
I know. Oh, beautiful.
Just
tell you,
that would be that's going to be an amazing story before that's over with.
I think so too.
And that may happen in our lifetime.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
It may happen.
Yeah,
That's right.
and get rid of even Raoul somewhere down the road and come up with some sort of or form of democracy before
right.
it's over
yeah,
with.
Right. Uh-huh.
And of course I've never been there, but everybody says it is and was a beautiful country.
It is. Yeah,
you know,
right.
Havana was at one time was a thriving
South America. We got to
city.
worry about South America.
Yeah, period.
Venezuela in Venezuela, it's just hates
Mr.
it.
Chavez, yep,
yeah,
he sure does.
Wants to stop the oil coming in and all that stuff. We have to quit our dependence on oil.
No question about it. Yeah. We need to be self-sufficient.
That's right.
And if we do that, we can tell the whole world where to go if we had to. Not that we want to.
Imagine if we didn't need that, if we could produce all that ourselves.
Oh, man, be awesome. Be awesome. Listeners, hope you had a good day this morning. Me and Gib was talking. Man, time flew by this morning. Hey, be careful. You'll be fine going to work, as I said. Be careful. It's going to be a little rough this afternoon, but Linda will be here, and if something happens, she'll be on the radio here guiding you through it with any late-breaking weather reports and late-breaking news that we have.
Get your gumbo today.
Oh, yeah. Latin gumbo is chicken and sausage at St. John's Episcopal, 718 Jackson Street. Don't forget to do that. Go by and support them. And, of course, all those gumbos are for good causes here during the time of Lent. So hope you have a good day today. God bless you today. God bless you every day. Do something nice for somebody today, and we'll see you tomorrow here at Oldies 640 KTIB.
First student-managed company, Food from the Hood, is celebrating its 15-year anniversary. Buying their salad dressing sends a student to college. Profits are used as scholarships for the hardworking students involved in the Food from the Hood entrepreneurship program. You can find their low-fat, all-natural honey mustard or creamy Italian at major retail stores and online at Amazon.com. What are you waiting for? Send a student to college today. For more information, visit foodfromthehood.com or call 323